Our top story is pardoned South Africans could return from the US and a mass burial in the Republic of Congo. Good morning. A South African citizen who was serving a 35-year jail term in the United States for his part in a murder could return home following a controversial pardon. Azikiwe Kambule left prison in Mississippi on Friday and was detained in Louisiana on an immigrant charge. He is expected to be deported back to South Africa. Kambule was among more than 200 prisoners pardoned by former Mississippi Governor Haley Barbour when he left office in January in what's being called Pardon Gate. Kambule was convicted more than 15 years ago of carjacking and being an accessory to murder in the death of a Jackson, Mississippi social worker. ANC Youth League Secretary General Sindiso Magaka has apologized to Public Enterprises Minister Malusi Gigaba for making derogatory comments about him. Magaka issued a statement last night apologizing unconditionally in line with the sanction by the ANC's National Disciplinary Committee. The NDC has ordered Magaka to apologize to the minister or face a 3-year suspension from the ANC. Magaka earlier accused Gigaba of pleasing imperialists on the nationalization issue. Magaka will accompany expelled Youth League President Julius Malema and other League executive members to Brantford in the Free State today to address a youth rally. Brantford is known as the town where ANC veteran Winnie Madikizela Mandela was banished under apartheid. DA leader Helen Zille says the party will resist any attempt by the ANC to amend the constitution. She was addressing her party's Gauteng Provincial Congress in Pretoria. Zille says the current constitution has not failed the country.
If the ANC succeeds in its heavily disguised plan to strip our constitution of all the checks and balances that empower the people and prevent the ruling party from abusing its power, then South Africa will simply be just another sad, I would say tragic statistic amongst the many countries that have failed.
Metal Workers Union NUMZA's General Secretary Irvin Jim has called on the ANC to rescue the working class by banning labour broking and scrapping the e-tolling system. He was addressing the NUMZA Regional Congress in Woodstock, Cape Town. Jim rejects the argument that banning labour brokers would result in job losses. The government says it's proceeding with the introduction of the system and the regulation of labour broking. Jim says the ANC's National Executive Committee must support calls for both to be done away with.
We've got one request to the ANC. The ANC must help us and ban labour brokers. The ANC must help us to do away with e-tolling. It must do a simple thing and just take a decision first in the National Executive Committee that indeed these labour brokers are human trafficking. Indeed, these labour brokers are taking our people back to slavery.
The Republic of Congo government has called on all Africans to join the country in mourning ahead of today's mass burial of the more than 200 casualties of last Sunday's explosion. Hundreds died after a munition factory blew up at an army base in the capital Brazzaville following an electrical fault. This victim explains the ordeal.
After running away, I noticed that I was bleeding everywhere. I didn't know what really happened to me. What I saw, it was only that my hand was already broken, so I don't know what happened to me.
And finally, U.S. contender Mitt Romney has won the Republican presidential delegate vote in the state of Wyoming, bolstering his lead in the party's race for nomination. Earlier, his rival Rick Santorum won the Republican caucus in Kansas, where his views on abortion and gay marriages resonated with a large evangelical voting bloc. Romney, the frontrunner by far in the Republican race, also padded his lead overnight with victories in the Pacific island of Guam and the Marianas. The winner will face President Barack Obama in the November elections.